Yo, what's up? So today I actually had to make a very big decision, which basically determines the rest of my entire business, right? So basically, my old business partner, he told me like you can have the entire like 130 leads basically of our old business, which basically means you can make a lot of money. Um, Second, this is the first path, right? Which means I can help people with making money, going all in on our business and stuff like that. Then I was thinking like, how can I put Christianity into this? Because I just love Christianity. I love God and I love talking about God, and um, this is the thing that I'm learning about the most right now. What I'm passionate about the most right now, and I want a business to be about my brand. And my brand means I need to be authentic when I speak, and the things that are holding my attention the most right now, or the one single thing that's holding my attention the most right now, is God. So I want to talk about God, right? But when I do this business model, obviously I can combine God here and there, and I can help Christian business owners with their business, but it just didn't feel authentic. And then the second thing that I could actually do is start a completely new community and help people with anything. I think I don't know, um, and this is a little bit of the problem, because this path is clear, but it just didn't feel completely right. However, I could make a lot of money. Basically, it was a distraction. Basically, it was driven by money. This is what I realized. This decision is just purely driven by money. So the old business model is just like, okay, I want to make money. This is the fastest way to get money. I know the systems. I know how it works. I do have a lot of old leads that I can contact. Yeah, it's just a lot of cash that's just sitting there waiting to be taken, right? Second decision is stepping into the unknown. Basically, I'll just go talk about God online, like I'm doing right now, and I'm just going to talk about things that are in my head, things that I'm struggling with, things that I want to learn more about, stuff like that, right? Um, I don't know. People might like the advice. People might connect. I don't know. I don't really know why people would watch this. I just like talking and I like teaching, and this is something I want to do in the future. So I was like, I might as well start right now, and then I'll see where everything ends up, right? So this is the second decision, and then when I create a following, then I can use and capitalize on that following to help more people, and to really do things for God and teach people more about God and stuff like that, right? Um, the problem is that that path is just way less attractive, for the very simple reason that um, it's nothing material. It's not something that you can grab. It's not success, right? Success needs to be determined. If I say I can help you get to $10,000 a month, that's like you have a clear outcome and a clear goal of where you want to be. If I say, oh yeah, I can help you get closer to God, it's like it's way too vague. It's way too vague. How close are you going to get me? I don't know. I have no clue. Um, so that was the first problem. There's no outcome. And by the way, I haven't solved these problems at all. I'm just sharing my thoughts right now. Um, I have no clue. Like this is literally the problem, because there's no outcome. That's the first thing. I think you can work around it, and you might actually be able to combine, for example, business and God. But then the problem is, I just wanted to be completely centered around God, and that's what I'm going to do. Second of all, um, I don't have an audience, and then you might think like, oh, you just create an audience. Yes, however, I don't really know if I'm enough of an authority figure yet to talk about God and stuff like that. I'm not even 1 year into Christianity, you know. So, um, I mean, I like to evangelize, and I really love, and I know I can create content around, for example, evangelizing, because that's something that I can do. But I feel like I can't really talk too much with authority of like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do this. First of all, because I haven't really achieved any great things, if that makes sense. I'm just a random 19-year-old kid in the room of my parents speaking to a camera with a phone that's like 150 euros. Um, my room is completely messy. You know what I mean, right? Like, there's no reason why people would follow what I say. You know what I mean? And I think I cannot step into that authority right now for the very simple reason that I don't have authority. I don't have things. I don't think if somebody would look at me online, they'd be like, I look up to you, if that makes sense. I've heard that a couple times, or a lot of times actually, in real life, but I think it would be very hard to show that authority to people online because it's not material success that I've achieved. Obviously, I've made some money with my previous business, but again, then it's combining Christianity with business, and that's all I can talk about. But I just want to talk about God and my life. So then you could say, okay, then go with like more relatable kind of videos. And that is actually something I might do right now. Just literally what I'm doing right now is just talk and be relatable. But then it's like I don't really watch those videos, if that makes sense. Um, so I don't know if they would do well, and what kind of people would actually listen to advice like that. Uh, just because I am not the type of person that would watch those videos. So I don't know who actually will, because I only know what goes around in my head. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's another thing I could think about. Um, but yeah, it was just a decision I made. The decision I made was I just want to talk about God, and I don't want to limit myself to talk about business or business plus God, um, and only that. So here we are right now. I'm just going to talk about random stuff, and I sacrificed profits for um, the thing that I actually think is my purpose, the thing that God has called me to do. And I actually read about this today uh, in this book, God is My CEO. It's a very good book. I actually read it, and it said it was talking. It was very in the very beginning of the book. It was talking about how you have profit and you have like material success and stuff like that, and then you have eternal success, basically, right? So you have impact and doing good for people, and you can't really measure that. You can't really measure an impact that you're creating. Obviously there's ways to measure it, but it will never be the right outcome. It will never be 100% right, if that makes sense, because if I influence one person by like a lot, obviously with God, but you know what I mean, right? If I try and go all in on influencing one person, and that influence and God is using me to change that person a lot, and then that person is going to influence like a million people, let's just say, then at the surface it seems like I only influenced one person, but then the question is, how many people did God, like, when I don't know how to say this, bro. I don't even know. How many people did I change with God? Obviously, right? Um, I think it's a lot actually, and that's why I think you can't really measure impact. If I go to, let's say, Africa right now, and I build a school, and from that school, there's like three people that become very highly educated, and then they start helping their country as well. Then basically, you created a lifelong impact, um, even though it might not seem like it. So, yeah, I don't know. I think impact is something you can measure, which is kind of tough because you want to have that like dopamine, you want to have that gratification, right? Of like, oh, I did this, and that's kind of good or something like that. I don't know. Um, I don't even know what the point of this video was anymore, to be honest. I'm just yapping right now. Let me go back. Oh yeah, so that's basically the decision I wanted to make, and I think there's a lesson here as well, and I'm really speaking to myself in the first place right now. Is it's not about profit, and I don't want to be driven by profit, and it's easier to say than to actually do. It's easier to say, I want to be impacted by profits, I don't want to be impacted by profits, than to actually do. um, that's what I realized. Is like, yeah, I can say I'm not impacted by profits. However, um, my thoughts are actually like, oh, but this gives me the fastest money. This gives me the most money. Here's what I here in this path. I know what to do to make money. And this is why you need prayer so much. This is why prayer is so powerful, because then God can actually review these things. I know for a fact that I just asked myself the question like 10 minutes or 20 minutes ago, right? I asked myself the question like, what is the reason behind the decision I make? And I know for a fact that was the Holy Spirit, like 100%. And then I was like, wait, it's just profit. It's just literally profit. And I was like, okay, so if I just do it to make a profit, then why am I doing it? And then it was like, okay, um, I'm cooked. So now I'm not going to do that anymore, and I'm just going to talk about God. Obviously, I can still get a couple clients here and there, but it's not going to be the main thing. And I just need clients to sustain my lifestyle right now, and that's literally all I need. And then the rest of the cash I can just spend in Africa, or I can use it to save up a little bit. I don't know about saving, to be honest. I don't know how biblical saving is, but yeah, it's just something I need to grow in learning how to do business with God. And every time I think about it, I'm just like, whoa. I wish I could just have like clear direction from God. And obviously, I'm praying about it, but clear direction from God of like, just do this and don't do this, or just every decision I make is just I want it to be God's decision and not mine. But it's hard because obviously I don't hear a voice every time saying like, yo, do this or do this. I just don't know exactly how to hear God's voice yet. um, and it's something I want to learn more. And I don't know if I feel like there's a lot of debate on this as well, of like, does God actually want to be involved with every single decision you make? um, I don't know why I wouldn't. On the other side, I'm like, I still think he gives free choices. He gives, um, for example, with Adam, right? Adam could choose, or who would be his helper. Um, and that turned out to be Eve. But God just presented him all the options, and Abraham and Adam was like, yo, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. I don't know. I have no clue, to be honest. So, yeah, it's just a journey right now, and I love talking about it because it makes me realize more things as well. It makes me realize more things about myself as well. And sometimes I'm just asking myself, wait, if somebody would ask me this question, what would my answer be? And then I'm like, whoa, I would give this advice to this person, but I'm not even following the advice myself. Then I'm like, whoa, I'm a hypocrite. So yeah, it's just a journey, and it's fun, but it's tough as well because on one side you're like stressed, like you're like, oh yeah, I need to make cash, and I'm going to South Africa, so I need a lot of money because the trip is expensive, and I don't have cash, and I need to pay, and a lot of bills come up, and uh, on the other hand, I'm like, yo, God, I know you'll provide. But then it's like, okay, cool, but I'm trusting you that you'll provide for like a year already, um, but I don't see it back in my bank account. You know what I mean? Um, and then Proverbs comes into my mind of like Proverbs. I don't know which one, but it says, uh, "The lazy man shall be poor," basically, and the hardworking man shall rule over the poor or something. Wait, I got it on my wall. 1 second. Um, Diligent hands will rule, but laziness will end up in forced labor. So diligent hands, so hardworking hands, they will rule, but laziness will end in forced labor. And I'm like, I feel like I'm in forced labor, or not. I'm not in forced labor right now. I'm just making a YouTube video, which is my work, which I love, which is my purpose, or at least I feel like it's my purpose, which I feel like is God wanting me to do. However, I'm definitely not hardworking right now because I don't work. I literally don't work. So it's like, how could I expect God to provide for me if I don't even work myself? It's like, do I expect to just get a miracle and make money rain from heaven or something like that? Obviously, I know God can, but why would He? If I'm not even doing anything with my life right now, it's like if God is not, how do you say it? If I'm not getting used by God, if I feel like if I'll go, oh, and I found my purpose, and even though, wait, let me go in the center of the screen, yeah. Even though it might not be profitable, then I know God will provide because I'm working hard, I'm working for God. So then it's like, okay, then there's a reason for God to provide for me. But right now it's like, okay, I don't work, I don't do anything with my life basically that is working for God, if that makes sense. Obviously, I still do a lot of things, and it's not that I'm lazy, but I'm just not working towards maybe the things God is calling me to do. So why would God provide? um, so yeah, that's basically my thought process right now. I've no clue. I've literally got no clue, and I kind of like it somewhere that there's a lot to be learned. Um, but on the other hand, it's like, yeah, I need to learn a lot. And maybe I need to be okay with the fact that I'll never be able to 100% be right about God because um, I'm just human and I sin as well. I am limited as well. I don't know. I have no clue. So yeah, that's basically my rant for today. Um, yeah, it's kind of tough to be honest. It's kind of tough, but it's kind of fun as well. So it's like I'm in this. It kind of feels like a battle, because I think I know what is right, but I'm scared to do what is right because um I don't see how it would make me profitable, how it would get me to, for example, 3K a month, so I can live comfortably, have a normal life. Um, but then I think that's just surrendering, right? just taking a leap of faith. So yeah, that's basically the rant for today. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but I love it. So yeah, thank you for watching. God bless you, and yeah, that's it.